Respect. Now your genuine love, respect page. I truly appreciate the time to the genuine ones. Like, comment, subscribe. Hey, what's going on? How you doing? Hi. What's up? What happened to you? What? Oh, wow. I'm sorry to hear that. My condolences to you. Respect. You know, take your time to yourself, you know. Don't overdo it. Don't allow nobody to allow you to feel like, you know, you don't need that time to grieve, because you do. You know, but don't do too much. Don't do too much. Take it easy now. You know, it ain't easy losing somebody. It's not. You know, especially when you're close to them. I understand. But take it easy. You know? Take it easy, take it easy, take it easy. Sorry to hear that. Wow. Let me say a prayer for you. I ask you, Heavenly Father God, to watch over the ones who just lost somebody and they don't have the proper guidance as to how to heal. I ask you, Heavenly Father God, to give them the proper guidance, to allow them to know they have to have patience within, having patience within themselves, and that you will guide them for them to show for themselves, and to allow them to know don't do too much that they can't handle, or don't do too much because the boss said do it. No, don't do that. Allow you to guide them and protect them through their days, Heavenly Father God. Allow this person to know that they need patience within being patient within their process. To not allow depression to override them. To not allow anxiety to be endured within them. To allow them to know that it's a blessing in disguise when someone passes over. To allow them to know that their loved one is watching over them. And their loved one wants them to continue with their day. And their loved one wants them to know, for them to be patient with their process and to let them know, like, hey, it's a celebration today. Not sadness, it's a celebration. And I ask you, Heavenly Father God, to guide them, protect them, to allow them to know that they need to have peace of mind, to be patient within their process of them showing up today, tomorrow, and as days progress, moving forward. I truly appreciate your time, Heavenly Father God. Respect. It's not easy losing somebody, but have a good day and take it easy. Take it easy, take it easy, take it easy. You know, don't pick up that bottle because you're all stressed out. You know, I totally understand. Or don't get strung out on something hard that you can't come down from, respectfully. You know, because when they looking at you from the other side, they want you to elevate in a healthy way, and I say that respectfully. They want to see you happy. Celebrate their life, and I say that respectfully. I truly appreciate your time for that one, for real, for real. And be patient with your process of showing up for yourself. Respect. Hey, what's going on? How you doing? Hello? Have a good day. Yes, have a good day. Have a good day, everyone. Respect. Have a good remaining week. To the genuine ones, like, comment, and subscribe. Respect. Hey, you! Hater right there! Hey, listen. Hate in disguise. Listen, we don't do all that drama. No, we don't. Not even a little bit. Listen, we don't do all that drama over here. Return back to sender. Save it for your mama. It's just that simple. Respectfully, save it for your mama. Hello? It's the thought process for me. What's wrong with people? No, for real. What's wrong with people? It's the thought process for me. What the hell's wrong with people? For real. What's wrong with them? You know, being the oldest comes with a lot of responsibilities. Especially when you get overlooked. Yeah. Oh, hello? No, I ain't signed up for this position. I swear I did. Nobody told you to pop, lock, and drop it on homeboy. Listen. Hello, ma'am, sir. I didn't ask to be here. No, I didn't. But it's a blessing in disguise to be here, though. But listen, ma'am, sir, I didn't ask for your bill crap to be built on me, to be put on me at the end of the day with your shenanigans. No, not even a little bit. What's wrong with people? Yeah. Yo, it's the thought process for me. Like, when you the adult, It's like when you when you transform from that child point of view to the adult point of view, and you gotta reevaluate your thought process. You're like, well said. Hold on, I ain't signed up for that. I damn sure didn't sign up for that either, and I damn sure didn't sign up for that. That poor baby went through that. Oh, what's wrong with people? It's the thought process for me. Yo, when you the oldest and you got overlooked because someone's thought process was projected on you in a not a healthy way, because they did not know how to be a parent or let alone respect themselves, and they projected negative energy on you, and they didn't take the time to get to know you for you. This is one of the most traumatizing moments as a child. Respectfully. It's no disrespect or shade to nobody at the end of the day. But when you know, you know. You know, it's so crazy that parents feel that when a child speaks up for themselves in a healthy way and not in a disrespectful way, they're the problem. Or they're being grown, or they're being disrespectful. You know, like, how do you expect your child to express themselves to you if they can't even confide in you when they need to confide in you? So now you got a child that's rebellious against you, that doesn't want to confide in you, that doesn't want to talk to you, let alone doesn't trust you because of all the stuff that they endured as a child. Like, ma'am, sir, it's not about being your child's best friend. It's not about being your child's friend at the end of the day. It's about you being a parent and knowing your child. You can't just know your child by your child just laying around the house or just going to sleep at a certain point in time or whatever the case may be. Or you just point out all the negative flaws within that child as they blossom. But don't point out the things that you forgot to do as a parent. Was tend to that child the way you needed to tend to that child in a healthy way. Like, get to know that child. Remember, you overlooked that child. So if you overlook that child, how do you know that child? You know, being the oldest, it comes with a lot of responsibilities when you least expect it. It does. Because you see everything as the oldest. Like, you see so much beyond seeing so much, and it's like, damn, you gotta play it off like you ain't see nothing. Because the projection that's being put on you and being told to other people from this specific people. How you're disrespectful and all this negative stuff about you at the end of the day. How you don't listen and all that other stuff. But why does that child don't listen? That child don't respect you. If that child respects you, that child will listen to you. If that child was able to confide in you, that child will respect you. And I say that respectfully. It's not about being your child's best friend at the end of the day. Why would you want your child to go out in this cold, cold world, this disrespectful world that you was already out here in before that child, right? Why would you want that child to go out there looking for love in the wrong places for? And I say that respectfully. Why? Like, why would you want your baby that you conceived into this world, right? Even if you was a young parent. But at some point in time, you mature as an adult, right? So being that you're maturing as an adult, and you knew what was right for what was wrong, and you knew what made you feel uncomfortable, and you knew what made you not happy when you went outside in that cold, cold world, right? Why would you want your child to go out there searching for people to disrespect them, or look for people to look for love and for somebody to respect that child out there? And it was supposed to be done in the household first. And then the first thing people say is that child is so, you know, they become a runaway, and it's stuff behind stuff at the end of the day. Because that child felt like they couldn't get the proper respect in the household or the proper attention that they genuinely needed. How do you expect a child to confide in you if you enduring trauma within them at a young age? They're gonna look at you like you got 20 heads. Like, did you not just see what you just did to me? Did you not just see what you allowed to happen? How am I supposed to trust you? And then when you go around other people, you're manipulating me. How is that child supposed to trust you? And I say that respectfully, no disrespect or shade. But make it make sense, ma'am, sir. How do you expect your child to trust you and respect you at the end of the day when you out here manipulating their character? To people, at the end of the day, they don't give a F about. They don't care about them people that you confide in at the end of the day. They cared about you. They were supposed to trust you. They were supposed to respect you. But you endured trauma within that child for allowing that child to see you in a different light. Like, being the oldest, it comes with so much, especially when there's other kids in a household. It comes with so much responsibilities at the end of the day. And people try to psych people out their thought process when being projected on this innocent person. It's like the lies after lies and secrets after secrets. Like, it's toxic. That's the problem with society today. Too many secrets. It's too many secrets. I understand whatever happens in your household stays in your household at the end of the day. But ma'am, sir, make it make sense at the end of the day. If you're telling your child to keep secrets within the household and they can't be themselves, how do you expect them to be themselves out there in the real world? They can't be themselves. They feel like they gotta hide who they are the whole entire time. And I say that respectfully. Like, who am I supposed to trust? Because everybody around me is weird. Trying to psych me out my thought process. And it's so disturbing and disgusting to see, because that same projection that child endured as a child, and when they become a certain age at the end of the day, these are the same people that they are attracting. These are the same people that they are attracting in their life. And that child felt at one point in time it was the norm because of what they experienced in their household. The manipulation, the mind games. They thought it was the norm. It's one thing that society allows us to believe that we supposed to be stuck in a one set mind frame, right? So, being a parent and you see what the system is already doing and how the system allows certain generations not to elevate in certain ways, in a healthy way or unhealthy way, whatever the case may be, why would you want your child to be projected to that type of energy? That's very low vibrational. And I say that respectfully, no disrespect to anybody at the end of the day. But ma'am, sir, make it make sense. And at this point in time, it don't matter if you're the oldest child, the youngest child, the middle child. I don't know how the numbers go. Because, yeah, I get it. Oldest, middle, baby, whatever the case may be. But you get the point. And for society to already allow this mindset to already be the norm, and you know it's not okay, why would you want to project that on your baby? And then you have those kids who speak up for themselves, and when they speak up for themselves, it's taken as being disrespectful. And that's how society looks at us already. Like, we're being disrespectful because we can't speak up for ourselves. Like, it's the mindset for me at the end of the day. Like, damn, well, if this is what I'm being told in a household to do, is to be manipulated out of my mindset, or for people to play mind games with me to other people at the end of the day. So I guess this is the norm. And it's not the norm. It's nothing healthy about it at the end of the day. And it's so crazy that a lot of people lose moments of their lives having bonds with their kids. And it happens on a regular. And it's so sad that it went so far from generation after generation after generation after generation because of the mindset of the system. And it's sad. It really is sad, because the reason why it's sad is because you lost out on an opportunity to get to know your child. And you didn't know none of this stuff about your child, how smart your child really was, or how unique and different your child was. Like, You wasn't even able to share those moments with your child to experience, wow, all you allowed yourself to do was psych yourself out your thought process to allow someone else's projection on you stop your mind frame from being a parent. Or you had third parties coming into your life telling you how to raise your child. Now that's the mindset I don't understand. You know, when you have a household, right? And there's multiple kids in a household, and people got different, fathers or whatever the case may be, and you got a parent that's present amongst the whoever other kids that's in that household. Sometimes that person's opinion is not supposed to impact your child, how y'all raise y'all other children. It don't go that way. It don't, because not everybody is the same. It's not about who needs the most attention. It's not about all of that stuff, because everybody should be treated equally. And then when it comes down to the discipline, it should be no reason why another man or another female is disciplining your child and that's not that person's child. Respectfully. Like, you bring somebody into your household, it should be no reason why another individual is disciplining your child. And I say that respectfully. No reason. That is not their child. It's trauma within trauma. Because you know why it's trauma within trauma? Because when you're not around, that person feels like they can do what the fuck they want to do when you're not around. And guess what? That child's in fucking fear and they scared for their fucking life and they can't speak up for themselves. It should be no reason why, okay, well, your badass, bastard-ass child got in fucking trouble at the end of the day while everybody else to be disciplined at one time. And nobody else did anything but your fucking bastard-ass child. And I say that shit respectfully. Like, it's the mindset for me. And for you to say that you approved of this shit, did you really? Did you really approve of it? Or was you brainwashed as well too? Because it's the mindset for me. Because it's crazy how individuals would come into someone's fucking household and try to regulate some shit and feel like they have control at the end of the day. Regardless to who the fuck is the breadwinner at the end of the day, that's not your fucking child. It's not. And it's more disturbing to see that, and disgusting to see how a parent will lie to a child and psych a child their thought process and say that that's their parent. And then months and years later, as that child's blossoming and still in a child's mindset and still a child, you tell that child that's not their biological parent. And you mean tell me that you expecting that child to respect you? You mean to tell me you looking for that child to respect you? Trust you? You mean to tell me you looking for that child to trust you? That child don't trust you. You manipulated that child. You lied to that child. At the end of the day, it's the mindset. And I say that respectfully because it goes on so often nowadays. It's disgusting. And it's sad that people think this is okay. This is the norm. Because you allow an individual to come into your household and regulate your rules. And I say that respectfully. And now you just lost on the opportunity to be in your child's life because they don't respect you, let alone trust you. And not only do they not trust you, but when you disrespect your child and call them names and try to fight them in public like they're a stranger in the street, what makes you think that that child wants to be near you? So you can do what you want to do and have control issues when you feel like it because you're the parent. Nah, it don't work like that. Respect is a two-way street. Respectfully. It's so disturbing to see that somebody can come into a household and feel like they can regulate something, and you miss all the signs. How you miss all the signs? That person never liked your child from day one. They was playing you close. Because when the relationship was over with you, it was over with that child. And y'all don't even have, and y'all have kids in common, but y'all don't have certain kids in common at the end of the day. But you're so supportive to their child, but you're not even supportive to your own child. Now that's where the problem comes in at as well. That's another problem. That's another problem. And then the first thing you want to say is that your child is being jealous. How? Who? It's the thought process for me. Are you fucking stupid, deaf, or dumb? Jealous of what? That child came out of your pussy. And I say that respectfully. That child came out of you. What are they jealous for somebody else's over somebody else's parent or somebody else's child? At the end of the day, that ain't your child. Are you serious? It's the mindset. How people psych people out their thought process at the end of the day. And play manipulation mind games, but you don't even see it. It's so disturbing to see that even if it's a female or a man, you have children. You have to be mindful who you allow around your children, especially when y'all not blood related. Respectfully. This ain't no shame, no bash at the end of the day. It's not. Because this shit goes on every fucking single day. And it's getting disturbing after disturbing after disturbing. You got motherfuckers killing babies because that's not the child's father or the mother. You got envious stepmothers, stepfathers, jealous, all types of shit will make the fucking parent not want to deal with their own child. Wow. You allow somebody's projection on you not to deal with your own child? When do you think for yourself, ma'am, sir? Because at the end of the day, when you hear certain shit, it just be sounding like the other person talking for the person. And you just be reevaluate your thought process like, wait, what the fuck? It's not even you talking. You sound stupid. You sound stupid beyond stupid right now. Like, what the, like, that's the child's mindset. Like, what's wrong with you? And I'm being respect, like, there's no disrespect at the end of the day. But it's the mindset at the end of the day, like, nobody cares about the innocent child that's being put in a situation where it's not their fault. They only a kid. And it's so crazy that a kid has to stay in a kid's place. And then when you confide in that child, I'm like, hey, what's going on? Did anybody hurt you? Did anybody touch you? Did anybody do this to you? Did anybody do that to you? Now that kid feels like they can't trust to tell you because of who the person is that you around. Are you going to leave them because I tell you this? Can I trust you to talk to you? Because you already allowed that child to feel like they can't even trust you. So now that child is dealing with all this trauma within trauma, and they're dealing with adult problems at the end of the day as a child. All because you allowed this to transpire. And then the first thing you say is, well, if that didn't happen, if I didn't allow this stuff to happen, well, your life had been different. It's the mindset for me. It is. Like, some people shouldn't have kids. Like, they shouldn't. Like, people need to have, before having kids, I really feel like people, before they have kids, and even kids that's having kids today, like, it should be a reevaluation test or something. The same way they try to do these psych people out, they thought process tests for a job or whatever the case may be. They need to have a test for people before they have a baby. Because it's the mindset. Like, ma'am, sir, are you mentally ready to have this child? No, for real. Because it shouldn't be no reason why people are bringing damage and children into this world, and these children are becoming adults, and these adults are just so heartbroken. You know, it's so disturbing to see that your first heartbreak is your own parent. And then they manipulate you and allow you to be like, how? What did I do? What did I do? But you did this at this age. You did this when you was 13. You did this when you was 12. You started drinking when you was 16. You started drinking when you was that shit. But nobody talks about what happened before all of the stuff that transpired before transpiring, though. People leave all the gaps out. It be the mindset for me. Like, damn, ma'am, sir, did you forget when you lied and manipulate my character when I was 9 years old? Did you remember when you lied and manipulate me when I was 4 years old? And told people nothing was wrong with me. It's just the mindset. And it's not right. Like, it really isn't right at all, because it should be no reason why an adult should not be able to elevate in a healthy way when they're at a certain age in their life, because they're dealing with trauma from a kid's point of view, dealing with abandonment issues. You got people who conceive kids and they don't know who the baby father is, or if they don't know who the baby father is, you got the other parents saying that's not my child, and now you got this child being raised and they being disrespected by the parent. That these people don't lay down with each other and conceive this kid, but being that the mother was moving a certain kind of way in these streets at the end of the day. Nah, for real. It's the thought process for me. The mother was moving a certain kind of way in these streets at the end of the day. Now, the person, they say they not the father or whatever the case may be. They ain't my baby or whatever. Now you're making a child that sees what's going on, allow them to feel like they unworthy as a person now. Allow them to feel like they're not loved. Allow them to feel like, damn, who do I trust, who I can confide in? And now this child is running to the street running to this cold world we live in, you feel me? Looking for love in all the wrong places. Because of the trauma. Dealing with adult issues as a child. It's the mindset for me. It should be no reason why children should be dealing with adult issues at a child's age. No reason. No reason. It should be no reason why a child should be psyched out their thought process and energy from adults should be projected on them for them to take accountability or responsibility for their actions. No reason. Because what happens is now, when that child starts to act a certain way, the person, what they do is, they do this. They blame the baby. They blame that innocent baby. Because that's a baby. That's a baby. And it's sad that it was your baby that you did that to. Respectfully. That's all y'all do is point the finger. But nobody wants to take accountability. Like, you know what? I effed up! I did! But then, when you feel like, you know, you want to speak up or whatever, it don't even be genuine. It don't. Because it should be no reason why your child should be confiding in you and telling you what you done did wrong. And pointing out all your flaws. And then you try to flip the script and point at them because they did this, because they did this, because they did that. Like, how old are you? Aren't you supposed to be the parent? It's the mindset again. For real. It should be no reason why a child should be taking on a responsibility as an adult. Taking an adult's responsibilities. It should be no reason why. Why? Like, that was a child. A child. It should be no reason why that child is looked at like an adult at a child's age. No reason. And then the first thing everyone to say is that child's grown now. But look at all of the stuff that you done projected on this child. Look at it's the mindset for me. So now this child has to grow up fast, right? Because they don't want to be in a certain environment that they're in. Because they don't trust nobody. They don't trust nobody. They don't trust nobody. They don't know which way to turn. They don't know who to confide in. All the fake love, they don't want it. That's all they know. They don't want the fake love. They know real love is out there, but they know that ain't love. And toxic and dysfunctional, that's not love. It's not. It's sad and disturbing to see that people who adopt kids, or there are some genuine people out here who love their children and would never project that energy on a child. It should be no reason why a child should worry. It should be no reason why a child is being looked at as an adult. Because of an adult's mind frame being projected on that child. It should be no reason why an adult feels like I have to give you this certain information. I have to provide you this certain information. It's not even about how you provide the information. It's about you didn't get that child the help that they needed. You didn't. When you reveal certain things to children at the end of the day, and it's traumatizing, you know, adults, some adults don't think like that. That you just traumatize the fuck out of that child. But you gotta remember, a child's gonna always be a child. So, for them getting information, now they're confused between what just happened, between what just happened. I know I just experienced this at this age, and I'm confused as to what just happened. So now, that child, right? Because some cases, what happens is, that child, whatever age that they was at when it transpired, their life stops. Yeah, that child is Asian. They Asian or whatever the case may be. But it's the mindset where it stops at. Because they were sidetracked. But nobody will understand that. Because that child was overlooked. The child was overlooked. How do you expect a child to respect you, right? After hearing information that, okay, well, my mother was a hoe. No, for real. No, come on, let's be honest. My mother was a hoe, or whatever. My mother got around, or whatever the case may be. It is what it is. She was a hoe, she got around. And don't know who their father is. So, it's one person that may be a possibility. Oh, matter of fact, we found out it's two people that may be a possibility. So they found out it's two people as a possibility. The person that you look just alike, y'all look, that's your twin. Y'all look just alike. The other person, y'all don't look none alike. No, nowhere near. So the person that you look just alike, right, is the one that's breaking your heart even the most. Because they're telling you that I'm not your father. Your mother was a hoe. Telling you this as a child. You a child. A child's supposed to stay in a child's place. No adult's supposed to be projecting that energy on no child, right? No, for real, for real. Am I right or am I wrong? Because if I'm wrong, put in the comments right now. Boo! No. Fuck your thought process. Now, for real, though. But it's true, though. It's true. Because it should be no reason why that adult, that adult should have stayed in an adult's place. Right or wrong. That adult should have stayed in an adult's place. Regardless if that was your child, you thought that wasn't your child or not at the end of the day. This little boy or little girl that looked up to you, that had something so special within you, a soul tie that was connected to you guys, right? You just broke their heart multiple times now. Not only did you disrespect them, but you just disrespected their parent. So now they confused as to, hold the fuck up, hold up, what's going on? Now they feel like, who do I confide in? Who do I trust? You're saying certain words, this child don't even know what you're even talking about. Ho, what's a hoe? What's this? What's that? Hearing words that they never heard before. Now they so confused as to, hey mom, what's going on? Why did he feel like that was okay to disrespect you? And all you sitting there saying is, don't pay them no mind. That child just endured trauma. And that child didn't get the help that they needed. And then to come to find out, as years progressed, come to find out, that was that child's father. And guess what? That father didn't want to be part of that child's life. So, that father did all of this just to say they didn't want to be bothered when they could have just left the situation alone from the very beginning. Because they was in their feelings. Because somebody cheated on them. But to come to find out, that was their child. But they really didn't want no parts of it. They didn't want the responsibility as being a parent. And that happens a lot too. You have people that conceive kids that don't want the responsibilities as to being a parent, so they run. They run to drugs, they just run. And they leave that child in a mental state as, damn, did my parent love me? Was the drugs more important? Or then you have those parents who ran and then they come back into that child's life and they continue to run in and out of that child's life when they feel like it and manipulate that child. Try to psych that child their thought process at the end of the day when that child is fully aware of what's going on. But they think that child is so fucking slow like them. When that child is nowhere near slow because they overlooked that child. It's the mindset. And it's sad and disturbing that this has to go on. Like this is real life stuff that's really going on. Like it's sad. And nobody has the right answers. Nobody. Because even trying to get the right answers from certain people at the end of the day, they sit there in their own thought process as to, you know what? I don't even know what to say to you besides sorry. And you're looking at them like, are you really sorry? How could you be so sorry? You missed out on my childhood. Not only did you miss out on my childhood, you missed out on me. Getting to know me. Was I that much of a problem to you? I was innocent. Was I that unworthy of you that you couldn't even check for me? But you check for everybody else. You got families beyond family. You got family. You got a new family. You got multiple families. You got all these people pregnant. Evidently, you just didn't want to be a parent. You can manipulate everybody else in your circle at the end of the day. But one thing you can't do is psych your own child, they thought process at the end of the day. Because what they saw when they saw what they saw. Respectfully. Because a lot of that shit goes on nowadays. Like somebody's supposed to scoop to your level and act slow with you. Nah, fuck that. You can manipulate them people that you sleeping with, but you're not going to manipulate your child. That's not what you're not going to do. Because that happens a lot. People manipulate their own kids. It's like their own kids, like their own thought process at the end of the day. It's sad and disturbing, yo. It's sad. And then they try to blame their child. How you blaming your child? When you the one supposed to be checking for your child. Your child ain't supposed to be chasing behind you. They know where to find you. What? It's the mindset. It really is. It's the mindset. And it's sad. It's so sad. Because a lot of people that are adults, they deal with abandonment issues. They deal with trust issues. And a lot of it comes from their childhood. And being that it comes from their childhood, as they become an adult, these are the type of people that they attract. And it's so disturbing to see that the parents' projection on each child now. Like, why you act like that? Why you be around these type of people? Go look at yourself in the mirror, parent. You projected some energy on me at the end of the day. Some low vibrational motherfucking energy on me at the end of the day. You did. And that shit wasn't cool at all. Because I thought this shit was the norm. I thought it was the motherfucking norm. This is how his life's supposed to be. But come to find out, when you wake the fuck up, like, hold on. Love is not supposed to hurt. Love is not supposed to allow you to feel unworthy. Somebody's supposed to respect you all the time. Not when they feel like it. And then people quick to say, oh, ain't no fairy tale. Fuck a fairy tale at the end of the day. It's beyond a fairy tale. It's bigger than a fairy tale at the end of the day. You can have genuine people in your life that's going to respect you for you with no malicious intentions. It's like you out your thought process at the end of the day. Or to play you close just to manipulate your character. Respectfully. I'm about to wrap this video up. Or whatever the case may be. But tune in. Tune in. And to anybody that's dealing with abandonment issues, trust issues, and you know how to overcome trauma, tune in. Because when it comes to your healing process at the end of the day, it will never be an overnight process. And never allow somebody to psychiatric thought process to allow you to believe it will be. It will never be. And dealing with trauma and abandonment issues at the end of the day, that shit ain't no walk in the park for healing. Because what happens is now, you gotta relive your childhood. You gotta relive everything that just transpired within your life of your journey of life. That means your childhood going into your adult years. As to when did it start? When is it going to stop? And do you have full control of your life? Because at the end of the day, the ball's in your court when it comes to your life. Don't nobody got control over you at the end of the day but you. And never allow someone to psych you out your thought process to allow you to believe like, yo, love is supposed to feel this way. Love ain't supposed to hurt. Not in no shape or form. Ain't about no fairy tale and all that. Nah, fuck that. Love is not supposed to hurt. Love is supposed to feel. You know what love's supposed to feel like? Something that you never experienced. Being at peace. People respecting you. Genuinely respecting you. Not half-ass respecting you. Respecting you. And not everybody's deserving of your time. No, they not. And it's not a crime to identify that either. Respectfully. Just because you a parent and gave and conceived kids into this world, that shit don't make you an adult. And that shit don't make you the best parent in the world either. It don't. Just because you conceive kids in this world does not make you mother and father of the year. Because real parents, they show up for their kids. Good days, bad days, and misunderstanding days. They show up. They don't tell their kid, well, you know what? Well, you're at a certain age, I can't be there for you no more. What? You never stop being a parent. Never. You never stop being a parent. And I hear that a lot too. Like, it's so crazy and disturbing to see that people feel like when a child turns a certain age, like they stop being a parent. And it's the ones that get overlooked. Because you know why? You're there to support everybody else or your other kids, but the one that was overlooked. That's being one-sided. And you don't think that's traumatizing to that child now? No matter how old that child is. Respectfully. Because you never stop being a parent. Ain't nobody asking you to be financially available. Ain't nobody saying that. But when you a parent, you gonna show up for your baby. And I say that respectfully. When you know, you know. And there's no excuses at the end of the day. Only excuse you will ever have is if you're in the hospital. And I say that respectfully. And even still, when the parents in the hospital, they still checking for their child. And I say that respectfully. It ain't about being a mama's boy. It ain't about being a mama's girl. It ain't about that. Ain't nothing more precious than a mother's love for their child or a father's love for their child. That energy hit different, especially when it's genuine and the respect is there, not one-sided. Not you sitting there manipulating your child, psyching your child, their thought process when you feel like it at the end of the day, disrespecting your child. If you could sit there and manipulate your child, you can hurt your child. And I say that respectfully. You can hurt them. You can psych them out their own thought process. You can psych them out their own freedom. Just like the system does. And that's disturbing and sad to see. It's the mindset for me. I truly appreciate your time to the genuine ones only. Like, comment, and subscribe. Never allow someone to psych up your thought process because they have malicious intentions and they're enemy and they hate in disguise. Never allow someone to psych up your freedom because they're their enemy and they are hate in disguise with malicious intentions. Never allow someone to psych up your thought process because you genuinely love yourself in a healthy way because they're the enemy and they are hate in disguise with malicious intentions. Protect your energy. Loving yourself is not a crime. Never allow the enemy or hate in disguise or person with malicious intentions psych out your thought process to allow you to believe it's the norm to go against your neighbor because it's not the norm. Never allow the enemy or hate in disguise or person with malicious intentions allow you to believe it's the norm not to elevate in a healthy way or to allow you to believe that you're unworthy as a person because you want to elevate in a healthy way. Just because someone gave up on you, don't give up on yourself. Just because someone overlooked you, don't give up on yourself. I truly appreciate your time to the genuine ones. Respect. You are genuinely loved by all the right people. You are genuinely respected by all the right people. And you deserve to be treated with respect 365 days with no malicious intentions to bring harm to yourself and others around you. It's not a crime to have freedom of speech. Respect. Protect your energy. Not everybody deserves your time. Love yourself with God's protection. 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 Respect. Now you're doing your love. Respect. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, you see these fools, they need to get it together. They do. Like, for real. Make it make sense at the day. Trying to act like they don't care, like they don't thought process. Like, ma'am, sir, sit down somewhere. Bro, you people forget, like, y'all need y'all kids. Y'all gonna need y'all kids one day. Oh, Lord. Shit, y'all need to be on the same goddamn page. Silly rabbit. Have a good day. Respect.